Forza Horizon 6, and I have a very important topic today. But first things first, have you seen this video before? Because this is actually the second time that I'm seeing it. Anyway, the topic at hand is my excitements for Forza Horizon 6, but also my concerns, because we keep it real here. If you agree 100% with one person, one group, one thing being absolutely flawless, 100% perfect, you are lying to yourself. And that is why I'm here today, because I am leaning on the side clearly for Forza Horizon 6, and maybe the first time in like however many games, I am leaning on mostly positive. However, I want to bring some reality to the matter and talk about some issues that other people, but mostly myself, have found with the information we've got so far. And a lot of these are just concerns that ultimately could be solved later or could already have been solved and we just don't know yet because we haven't got all the information. So let's jump right in. I'm going to start with positive and then move into negative. And the first one is the progression. Look, I've already touched on the progression. That's clearly the thing I am so excited to see happen in Forza Horizon. It's something that the game has really needed for a super long time. And that is actually putting in some reward for your effort. If everything is given to you just that, it makes your effort feel just completely worthless. It doesn't make me want to do anything. I already feel like I'm at the top of the game as soon as I start the game. What's the point of continuing to play? That's not the type of experience that I enjoy. I like my effort to be rewarded, and that's something that mostly racing games have done for the longest time, and it's something that Forza kind of failed to do Horizon for a really long time. Anyway, they have switched it up and they are going progression this time. They've mentioned it throughout the street. Like, in fact, one of the first things they mentioned was the progression. Whether it's to get Game Pass playtime up or not, I don't care. We got progression. Just hope it's not like Motorsport. Which brings me on to the negative side of things. It could kind of be like Forza Motorsport, where it's not really, it doesn't fit the game. It's a little bit just slapped on to try and make the most of those people trying it out on Game Pass. And it's a little scary. But considering Forza Motorsport has already done that and failed, I'm still leaning on for the most part, I'm like 75% positive here that they're probably doing something for the good rather than, you know, for gain. If I asked you, what do you think my favorite feature that I've seen so far from what you've seen would be with Forza Horizon 6? And if you said customization, I would say you're wrong. I mean, you'd be right normally, but garages in this game is where I am probably the most excited for the new feature set in this game. Look, it's a pretty small thing in the whole scheme of things, and I think they've done it in a Forza way, and I think that's good. In recent years, I've kind of shifted my mentality to think of Forza as, I'm trying to split it from like what I want Need for Speed to be and what I want Forza to be. I want them to be different games. Looking at you, the crew. I'm sorry, Ivory Tower. Anyway, the read is on the Q&A. Each player house includes a new customizable garage big enough for multiple cars where you can freely decorate the entire space and create a showroom for your automotive collection. Super sick. Very excited to see that. What is the point of me grinding out these cars if I don't have anywhere to show off these cars that I've grinded? Here you go, especially if I don't like PvP. When it comes to Forza, something they've really done well recently is rewarding players depending on whatever they do. So you're driving around, you're rewarded. You customize cars visually, rewarded. You customize cars in performance and tune them, you're rewarded. But most other games, they kind of force you down different paths. Okay, maybe different things for different games, but whatever. I like collecting cars that I want to collect, not for any particular reason, and I like to just look at them after I've built them. And so this is a great step in that direction, and they're doing it in a Forza way, and I was kind of a bit worried that it was just going to be Event Lab, but I mean, it's not. There's actual physical buildings by the look of it that we decorate, which is completely different. That I'm happy about. I just want Need for Speed to take this in a different direction, but like I'll talk about that in a Need for Speed video. I've got big ideas. Moving over to the concerns is the S15 and the rebuilt cars. You see, I'm excited about them. However, I'm a little worried based on the information we got previously that it seems like they're focusing on a small amount of cars. It's not the 300 that are missing. It is a small subset of cars, and I'm a little worried that there's not going to be a huge amount of new customization for the car that I care about. And like, that's kind of more of the issue of the massive car list that they've got in this game. It's just impossible for them to please everyone. It's just not. They can in terms of, you know, the amount of cars and therefore the variety of cars, but they're gonna struggle when it comes down to my car in particular. But this is like the best chance ever for me to get new parts for the Skyline, because once again, the parts for the Skyline really not good. What I'm saying is, it seems like they're gonna miss out on rebuilding some cars, and honestly, I like Gran Turismo's nuclear path of just nuking everything, but at the same rate, not everything needs to be done like that anymore, because a lot of these cars are new. It's a conflicting one, but I'm a little worried. I need to see more on that, but they could easily shut me up, which is good. Next one, environment. That's a positive, by the way. Oh my God! If there's any one team that has done probably the most work in showcasing this game, better than any other team that's kind of building something physically there, the environments team have absolutely killed it. This game is absolutely incredible, and you can tell by looking at it. You just can't say that this was made for that stupid game mode where you fly across the map. I don't even remember the name of it. It's gone from my head. But that game mode is in the bit. I mean, it's maybe not, but there's so many environments that you just look at and you're like, there's no way people can climb up that. Like, that's amazing. That's what I want. There's so many things that look like you would drop off a cliff and get stuck. Great. I need that in my life. I'm excited. Now, this is a little one that I kind of discussed already on a short, but I'm a little concerned about the premium edition of the game, or the ultimate. I don't know what the best one. As a part of this game, if you get the premium edition, which is what I want, because it's the 4-day early access, which is what I want, and I want the expansions and the car pass and the car packs and the welcome pack, because that's going to be exclusive cars as well. I want that stuff, but at the same time, I don't want the VIP membership. Now, people will throw all these different things at me every single time I mention this, that it's always been the case. You've always done this. Double credits from doing events based on the VIP membership is not something I want in a game that has been screaming from the mountaintops at the beginning of their showcase that progression is back in Forza Horizon. That's just kind of I'm not the only one here. There are multiple people. I don't understand the idea of saying progression and then going double money. It's counterintuitive, but I do want the Ultimate Edition. I don't want my progression to be easier. What I'm hoping, and I think this could be a solution, is if I buy the damn thing, the Ultimate version, and then untick the VIP membership. Everything else on the VIP membership, I'm not too bothered about. So hopefully that is possible. But I hope it does give me the early access still if I don't have the VIP. I hope that's separate from the VIP. We'll see. But a little concerning there. I'm just excited so much about the progression coming that to have it taken from me is not what I want. I'm not crazy. Into another positive, but playing Forza Motorsport to do so. This is the closest experience to the Horizon game and Horizon physics system, yes, that I have got my hands on thus far. This is Forza Motorsport, and usually it is the base for what comes with the Horizon handling, and in fact, this is going to be the last base that's built in this way. Horizon is now the only IP. Anyway, the physics system in this game, if you haven't tried it out yet, I would highly recommend you do, because this is going to be, ideally, hopefully, and probably, the closest base physics system to Horizon that we're going to get. And the main thing I can tell you between... Yeah, that was a crash. Okay, it was a big stutter, it wasn't a crash. The main describable difference between this and Horizon is the weight of the cars. They finally feel heavy. They finally feel weighty. Cars weigh a lot, and so they should feel so. And I think they've done a really good job there. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the physics from this game kind of coming across and being made a little bit more fun, but even if they directly ported the physics system from the new Forza Motorsport, I would have zero complaints because it feels really good. And it might be the best feeling, like, open world driving game maybe ever, to be honest. Customization is more of a concern for me on this one. Most people seem pretty hyped and excited around me about the amounts of customization viewable on screen, but I'm gonna be honest, as someone that has played Forza Horizon since the beginning, I know for a fact that it's not going to be quite up to the level that you're expecting. Now, I think they have done a little bit more work here than usual, but pretty much in every shot that you see, it's stock cars. There are very rare instances where there is some customization. The Miata with the like turbo sticking out the hood and stuff, that is all like one preset car. Not that that's a bad thing, but they show that and mention customization sometimes, and it confuses a little bit. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to get the as is usual situation with customization where we're not really going to get very much at all. Little concerned there. However, overall, excited. This situation specifically, I think they're going to disappoint people which have really high expectations. My perspective on it, I don't actually mind. I think Forza doesn't need to look, I would like it, but it doesn't need to do customization to Need for Speed levels. That's what Need for Speed does. That's what Need for Speed focuses on. That's why Need for Speed has a smaller car list so it can focus in on building more parts. Because if you multiply the variants of the cars that are buildable in Need for Speed, you would have just as much work as, say, you could put 5 body kits on an MX-5. That's 5 different MX-5s they had to build that can also swap parts between each other, which is more work than 5 different cars. And that's something that people constantly misunderstand. That's why that list has less cars, because there's more cars within the car. I would love to live in a world where they nuked the list and rebuilt and had 50 body parts for each individual thing on all the cars. But I just say be wary in terms of the customization excitement, because I hope I'm wrong, but it looks kind of normal. You'd be happy to know, if you're in pain at this moment, that my criticisms are gone and my excitements continue, so there's more excitement, is what I'm saying. Now, some people are actually a little worried about the lack of small roads, and I thought this would be a quite interesting topic to discuss, because this is something that I'm properly into. I love the idea of small roads in games. I think they're too wide for the most part, and it makes it less fun. And they're clearly of the belief that that's not necessarily the case, as in the developers of this game. They're a UK-based studio, and you'll notice that most UK European studios make smaller roads in their games because that's kind of what they're used to, right? That's what we see and drive on every day. Country roads that are absolutely way too small. We use them, and they're normal. Ever wondered why I'm so against big uns? There you go. I want more space for my car. But the one clip that just makes me completely dismiss the worry of the wide roads is the clip where there's that little Japanese street. Beautiful. Tiny little street. And there are the clips of the gameplay as well, where the Ferrari and such are driving through the country roads. They look small. Like, for what this is, being so real, those are small roads. Now, I get it. When you look at, for example, the roads where they show highway shots, and the roads where they show like downtown Tokyo, and the roads where there's the big loop that looks way too wide, I'm gonna be honest, that's somewhat kind of accurate. Check out this video by Not Just Bikes, one of my absolute favorite channels to watch. Oh my god, Carman is an urbanist. Yes. Just like America, Japan has a hell of a lot of unnecessarily large, wide roads that it's just the way it is. Again, if you want more examples, go watch the actual video. I'll link that down below in the description. While cars are not the only option in Japan, they are clearly celebrated, and it's one of their most successful industries. And so their power to control as to what infrastructure is built is quite substantial. I mean, think alone the tax bill comes from the automotive industry. Never mind lining pockets of politicians, and we know that happens everywhere in the world. There's this one clip where they're drifting down a road with the kind of tree, the beautiful purple that one. I kind of wanted to try and line that up in Forza Motorsport, because we've kind of got a Japanese track in Forza Motorsport. Because to my eye, it actually doesn't look much big. Like, this is a small road. My FOV is pretty aggressive, but I think they've clearly shown throughout that they actually have a good variety of sizes of roads. And so for the most part, I'm actually quite positive that they're doing it right here. I mean, look at this. They built this. The same, okay, not the same devs, but this looks like a wide road from the perspective of like high up. But if I look from it inside the cabin, and then I look from it even on the third person view, if I was like going sideways through here, and there was traffic the other way, I think that's good. Don't get me wrong, I want some tiny roads as well, but like, I've seen them in the trailer. I know they're there. So I'm on their side on this one, to be honest. And the final one for now is the map, and specifically the city. Now, this is Forza Horizon 5's map. I haven't got early access to the Forza Horizon 6 map, but this was Guanajuato. This was the city when it came to Forza Horizon 5. And it was hardly a city, it was a village. In Forza Horizon 6, even if the map was exactly the same size, I've never used Affinity Photo before today, so we're going to find out how this works. It's just copied the whole thing. That is clearly not what I wanted to do. If I take Guanajuato and attempt to spread it out, man, the controls on this are, I'm completely alien to. No, I don't want to move that. Point being, even if we're talking about the same map size, Tokyo being 5 times bigger, that is a significant portion of the area of the map. That is very exciting. I hope you got my intent there. Your Photoshop's easier to use. I need to learn to use this. Anyway, Forza Horizon 6. There's my excitements and concerns going in. And now when it comes out, people can't say I just blindly glazed it and said nothing negative. I've done a little bit of both. But most of these concerns, they can be kind of solved, which is amazing. It's also kind of the point.